Okay then, so this is Draedel1p2. The first version was actually drawn out on a notebook piece of paper sketch and ended up being too thick. So it used to be 1.5 inches tall, now it is 1.125, so 118 inch tall. The weapon disc is, I think, half-inch thick, and then the top its top plate is generally zero point 0.1 inches. In fact, that's like what the entirety of this body here without this plate here, because these plates that hold the weapon on are 0.15. And if I hide this, you can see a bit of the internals. I actually redid the battery a little bit, but the power switch will go there, and then you turn it on from the bottom. I'm just gonna flip it over, and then you have your basically your ESCs. That's the weapon ESC at some point. I do need to make a hole for the wires for the motor, but this isn't final motor, so I don't know what that's going to end up being. Then you basically this height of the chassis is determined by this receiver, um, and its height because I don't want to squish my wires when it ends up coming time to do that. Plus, this gives me a little bit of extra room. But this is generally the layout. I did have to shrink these motor things down. Most of this robot is just measuring. I still don't know what I'm going to do about the weapon itself. Probably going to be a belt drive. Um, but I don't know where I'm going to mount it to. So my current plan is going to basically make the weapon mount to this shaft here. And then there's going to be like a little thing that goes on top of here that has the actual belt holder, and then the entire shaft will spin within these bearings, which are not really made, but you can see the general layout and design. I do need to fix this back so that it doesn't, get stuck on its back, but hopefully it should be good. But yeah, that's generally it. And then I had to make this motor. Not really I had to, but I wanted to see whether or not its height would be a problem, which I could have figured out ahead of time, but its height ended up being a problem, unfortunately. I don't even know why, but I wouldn't end up having even using this anyways. But I am pretty proud of how this came out because it looks pretty similar to what the actual motor looks like. Possibly a bit too many thread screws, and the shaft in the bottom might be a bit too thick. I didn't make any of the stators, but oh well. Who really cares about all of that? Also, this is the isometric view, so it's a bit messy, and there's actually a separate plane here. There's like gap 0.01. But yeah, this is generally not the motor I'm going to be using because it's bad. But yeah, this is Draedel, spelled Draedl. I don't know why, but I'm not going to fix it. Also, I added these wheel isolators which are going to be more primarily used on a different robot, which I'm going to start the CAD today as well. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to end this and